let me just go to the drivers for a second. The drivers, you probably hear that over and over this week, is capacity, smart cities, and also artificial intelligence, trying to create some local content. So CommScope this week, we're trying to sort of align ourselves to what those drivers are.
Sort of trends and stuff.
Exactly. So if you think of capacity, for instance, take the in-building scenario. All the data emanates from inside of the building. It's got to be connected to something. We've got to have solutions for the building and take all that data to some kind of central office. Thinking of it that way, we have today at the stand of 5G small cell, which is a further development in our previous product, our solution that we had launched in Barcelona earlier, 2 years ago and the years before. And what it does now, it allows a multi-operator capable solution, more traffic, more carriers, and so on and so forth. There's also a second solution that we're showing here, which is call it a sister solution, which is a digital DAS, distributed antenna system, that we're also showing here at the stand. It is a solution that is sort of allows for large capacity and a cloud-based type distribution, digital, low power, lots of fiber saving, right? This is all the theme of carrying a lot of traffic from a hotspot to some kind of central office. Another thing we're showing here, for example, is high-speed migration. Like I said, at the central office now, there's a lot of development as well, right? I mean, there's more and more and more traffic landing in these central offices, and they have to be upgraded regularly enough, right? So we're showing our high-speed migration solution whereby when you can modularly evolve and migrate and increase the capacity in these data centers, in these central offices, to cope with the increasing amount of traffic that is arriving. There are also simpler things such as our one-pair cable. So if you take the smart city, for example, there's thousands of sensors. There's probably going to be millions of sensors distributed all around a building, a city, and so on. Not necessarily carrying a lot of traffic, but need to be connected.
Yeah.
And this is a cable that is just targeted at such small, low latency, or perhaps latency tolerant as well, but critically low capacity, cost-effective solution, bringing the data back to a data center where it can be processed. And then there is a third one which you're showing I'm excited about as well, which is a power over Ethernet. We forget that all these devices need to be powered, right? Now you're not going to put sockets and plugs and a couple of cables everywhere, so they've got to be powered over Ethernet. So we have a very innovative power over Ethernet solution. It's our second generation. We've moved on from just being happy of having a nice solution. Now we're trying to think of the density of such power over Ethernet devices, the heat they create, how you manage the heat that emanates from a high volume of devices connected over Ethernet when you bring it all together. We have a dedicated research and development center that recently opened up in the States just for tweaking the effectiveness of that particular solution, which we're showing here at GITEX. Look, it's going to be huge. This is because, look, I mean, the data comes essentially from inside of a building. Yeah. Now, up until recently, with perhaps 3G and then 4G is where it starts to change, and 5G it must change. You could service a building or provide coverage to that building from outside, from outdoor. Going forward, with the high frequencies that 5G uses, that's not going to happen. So you have to, essentially every building is a hotspot, is its own mini network. So what are these solutions that you need to cater for that use case, that challenge? That's where OneCell comes in. It's a almost self-optimizing, low-touch, minimal design, yet smart solution that you can plug into buildings and provide a high-capacity solution dedicated for each building at a time. The operators are going to need solutions like this to cover thousands of buildings every year, as opposed to a couple of, perhaps 100 or maybe 2 in a year today. we talked about smart cities. So let's just spend another minute on smart cities. Again, smart cities, it's not so much the volume of traffic. It's just the density of devices, right? And that's a challenge because you got to bring data back to all this volume of traffic back to a single data center. At some point, all that traffic has to land on a fiber network. Yeah. So that smart city trend with cameras and sensors and smart buildings and turning down your air conditioners and your fridges by ordering your milk and so on. All that has got to come into a central office to be processed and sent to the right location. That come to is the big word because that is a fiber network. And that's what CommScope is best at. I would say two things. Our longevity proves that we understand what the customer wants. We listen to them. We provide solutions that solves their problems. We have 10,000 patents, so we continue to innovate. We're market leaders both in, let's say, the richer developed countries of the world, but also in emerging markets. So we're flexible and dynamic enough to serve a variety of markets. Proof in point is precisely this region. We have probably the richest country by capita in the world, but also several of, unfortunately, the smallest, and we serve them well too. So I think that keeps us up in the lead. Being leaders, we're kept on our toes. The competition wants a piece of our business, and we're very aware of that. And we're quite happy to keep running forward, keep innovating. Yeah, look, I mean, CommScope is one of the few companies that has a wireless solution, a fiber distribution solution, an in-building solution, and within the buildings we also have the structured cabling solution. I think our challenge continues to be how best to leverage them all and bring an end-to-end solution to our customers in a way that not many, I don't think any of our competitors is able to do.
How much of a challenge is that for you? Do you think is it complex?
I don't think it's a technological challenge. It's just something we need to increase our focus on and continue to bring that value to our customers, and then recognizing our brand as one that crosses all these areas, shall we say, addresses all their different pain points, and they can see us as the connectivity partners of theirs, and then they build their solutions and applications on what we do.